What's up guys, my name's Brandon and Apple just released iOS 13 Public Beta 2 and also re-released iOS 13 Developer Beta 3. Now these were both released on Monday, July 8th, but I wanted to play around with the software for a few hours to see if it solved any of my issues. And that's why this video is going up on the next morning on July 9th, because I just wanted to have enough time to play around with these and also upload the video at a decent hour. So like I mentioned, I have been playing around with the re-released version of Developer Beta 3 here on my iPhone XR. I've also been playing around with the second public beta here on my iPhone 8. And by the way, these two softwares are identical. So Developer Beta 3, the re-released version, is identical to the second public beta. They have the same exact build number. So anyways, in this video, I just wanted to share my thoughts on the performance, the bugs, the battery life, and also see if there's anything new in the software. So let's start off with the size here. So you can see here, the re-released version of iOS 13 Developer Beta 3 came in at only 115.9 megabytes here on my iPhone XR, and that size is going to be even smaller for some of the older iPhones as well. So if we take a look at the public beta 2 software here, you can see mine came in at 1.08 gigabytes here on my iPhone 8. Now, of course, that size will vary. I believe I came from the first developer beta on this device, so your size will vary, but that's what it was for me here on the iPhone 8. And then if we go ahead and take a look at the build number there, you can see it's 17A5522G. And like I mentioned, it's the same on both devices, as you can see here on my iPhone 8. Exact same build number as Developer Beta 3, the re-released version here on my XR. And one of the main reasons that the third developer beta was re-released was to include support for the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus, because if you guys remember, the original Beta 3 release did not include support for either the iPhone 7 or the 7 Plus. We don't exactly know why that is. We still don't know, even after the re-released version of Beta 3, we still don't know why they were not supported, but you iPhone 7 and 7 Plus users can now go ahead and install the third developer beta or the second public beta. So if you guys saw my video from Sunday, you would know that Developer Beta 3 was pretty much a train wreck, a nightmare when it comes to performance, especially on Face ID devices like my iPhone XR here. I showed you guys a ton of examples of the extreme lag, and it just made this device really hard to use on a daily basis. So we're not going to waste any time at all. I know you guys want to know if there are any performance enhancements in the re-released version of Developer Beta 3 compared to the original version of Beta 3, which was terrible. And to answer that question, we're going to actually show it on camera here. And we're going to start with the fluidity of just going back and forth on the home screen. So you will see that it's definitely more fluid here on the re-released version of Beta 3. You can see it's definitely not as laggy. I'm going back and forth, even just doing this on the original version of Beta 3. If you go back and watch my video from Sunday, you can see it still happens from time to time. It's not perfect, but it definitely does not happen as often as it did in the original version of Beta 3. So definitely an improvement there, even just on the home screen. And as for the lag on the selfie portrait camera, if we go over to portrait here, switch it over to selfie, and then go back and forth on the different modes, you can see there's not any lag now. So this has been fixed. This was actually a big one for me because I told you guys I like taking portrait selfies and just portrait photos in general, but you can see there's no lag here. This was super laggy in the original release of Developer Beta 3. We can keep flipping it and you can see there's no lag whatsoever, which is really nice to see here. Now, speaking of photos, if we go into our photos right here and we go ahead and zoom in on the photo, you can also see that this has been fixed in Beta 3 as well, the re-released version of Beta 3, because in the original version of Developer Beta 3, I would lag a ton just zooming in on photos. The touch responsiveness would just not be there, and it would just lag, it would freeze up, all kind of things. So that's also been fixed in the new version of Developer Beta 3. Now, as for the animations and applications, they're also a little bit better here on the re-released version of Beta 3. I still do have a little bit of lag inside of the app switcher here. You can see there's a little bit of touch responsiveness lag there as well. So the app switcher is still not perfect here in Beta 3. It's quite laggy, but applications don't crash as much on this new version. Now, I say all that, but the YouTube application is still a bit buggy here on the new version of Developer Beta 3 along with Public Beta 2. So both of you guys are going to notice the YouTube application lagging and, glitching out and freezing and things like that. But that's really just on YouTube. YouTube needs to update their application for full iOS 13 support before everything is fully fixed there. So all of these bug fixes and all of these performance improvements here are great news for those of you on the public beta program, because you were able to avoid the train wreck that was Developer Beta 3 since you're on the public beta program like my iPhone 8 here. So yeah, public beta 2 should be a nice update with some cool new features like the new FaceTime feature. You can see there it's the FaceTime attention correction. It basically makes it look like you're looking at the camera, even though you're looking at the screen when you are in FaceTime. Now, this is only available for the newer iPhones. This isn't going to work with like the iPhone 7 or the iPhone 8 or anything like that, but it is a cool new feature for those of you with the newer iPhones on the public beta program. Now, as for the new features and changes in public beta 2, those are going to be the same new features and changes that I talked about last week in my developer beta 3 video. Now, if you're wondering if there's any additional new changes and features in the re-released version of developer beta 3, the answer to that is no. This was simply a re-release to seemingly just fix the lag issues and also to support the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus. So yeah, I'm not sure if this re-release of developer beta 3 here was solely intended to fix those lag issues or not, but it did, and I'm very satisfied with that because it's hard to use beta 3. It was hard to use beta 3 on a daily driver device, but now I can see myself using this on a daily basis because it doesn't lag near as much as it did as the original beta 3 from last week. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I cannot remember the last time Apple re-released a beta software. I don't think I've ever seen it in my whole time covering betas here on the channel. So very interesting stuff from Apple. You really never know what to expect from them anymore. But if you guys have installed public beta 2 or developer beta 3, the re-released version, let me know your experience with it down in the comment section below. Of course, let me know about any bugs, performance, anything at all. I will look at all of those and also reply to you guys down there as always. And of course, make sure you guys do subscribe so you don't miss out on my beta 4 video and my public beta 3 video as well. I will be covering iOS 13 in depth, continuing on through the rest of this year. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.